Welcome back guys, this week's news is all good. Starting with ISRO's Gaganyaan, update on Starship, astronauts launched to ISS, space tourism not far from reality with a balloon, yes you heard it right, a scientist to fly to space, ISRO's agreement with 59 other countries, and finally about the Artemis Accords. Stay till the end, you will enjoy it, and yes, as usual, if you want to read about each news, links in description. First news, ISRO's human spaceflight project launched soon. India's most ambitious and challenging mission, the Gaganyaan, is moving ahead as planned, with very little deviation from its schedule due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. ISRO is getting things ready as the Indian astronauts are being trained in Russia and the critical medical technologies being provided by France. The target date for the launch was in the mid of the year 2022 around August. K7 said that ISRO is trying to take help of the other spacefaring nations for getting things done. The deadline cannot be extended as it is a line set by none other than the country's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who announced in 2018 that when the country is celebrating its 75th year of independence in 2022, an Indian son or daughter will be flying into space as a part of the Gaganyaan human space flight mission. Second news, a total of 3 astronauts from NASA and Roscosmos lifted off as scheduled on Wednesday morning from the Russian-leased Baikonur space launch facility in Kazakhstan for a 6-month stint on the station. For the first time, a fast-track maneuver is used to reach the orbiting outpost in just 3 hours, and they successfully reached the station on 14th October, with 2-orbit 3-hour approach to the orbiting outpost. Previously, it took twice as long for the crews to reach the station, or 24 hours, as we saw with the demo 2 NASA SpaceX mission. The present station's commander Chris and Roscosmos cosmonauts Anatoly and Ivan have been aboard the station since April and are scheduled to return to Earth on 22nd of October. On 20th of October, Cassidy will hand over station command to newly arrived cosmonaut Sergei Rykov of Roscosmos in a change of command ceremony that will be broadcasted live at 4:15 PM on NASA TV. The time is in EDT, I guess. Third news, Blue Origin a step closer for tourism in space. The company's New Shepard rocket boosted an unpiloted crew capsule successfully to complete its latest flight test. The capsule can carry up to 6 passengers into space at a time, and it was able to get as high as 106 kilometers above sea level before descending back to the surface using parachutes. The total flight took 10 minutes and 9 seconds. The aim is to have the capsule reach the very edge of the space so that tourists can feel zero gravity as they look upon Earth's curvature. It was the 7th successful flight in a row for the rocket and the capsule, and the 13th flight test overall for Blue Origin. You can check out the test video, link in the description. Fourth news, first scientist to fly to space on Virgin Galactic's suborbital tourist rocket. Planetary scientist Alan Stern will become one of the first researchers to fly to space on board a future flight of Virgin Galactic's tourist space plane. Stern will oversee 2 different experiments while on board the flight, each meant to take advantage of the brief stay in the space environment. Stern's flight on the Spaceship 2 has yet to be scheduled, but he says he will spend time training in the run-up to the flight. We are going to plan every moment of it and what to do in contingencies and train. A lot of training won't be with Virgin, it will be on zero-G aircraft, high-performance jets, the things that I have already done, but now it's just run up to flight. Fifth news, ISRO's cooperation with 59 other countries. India has signed 250 documents in the field of space cooperation with 59 other countries. These are to advance India's capabilities and also to help other space aspiring nations to benefit from space, said ISRO chairman Dr. K7. He added that India's major cooperation in the space technology field was with Russia, USA, France, Japan and Israel, elaborating on the ongoing and future projects. The chairman of India's Space Agency was speaking at the plenary session of the International Astronautical Congress IAC 2020. Also, according to Sivan, international cooperation is a hallmark of Indian space program. Sixth news, air leak fixed. Good news has they finally found the leak and fixed it up. It was located in the Russian Zvezda module. Meanwhile, Roscosmos is now dealing with a failed oxygen supply system on the same module. The system failed on October 14th, that was on Wednesday, after 3 new crew members moved in that morning, and it did not pose any threat to the crew. The cosmonauts also attempted to patch the leak Air has also slowed, but the module is still losing air pressure according to their measurements. The crew suggested reaching out to their American colleagues, currently Chris Cassidy and Kate Rubins, for a different type of patch mechanism. 7 news. Elon Musk says SpaceX first Starship trip to Mars could fly in 4 years. The private spaceflight company is on track to launch its first uncrewed mission to Mars in as little as 4 years from now. SpaceX is currently preparing another Starship prototype called SN8 for a 12-mile high or 20 kilometers test flight in the near future. SpaceX is also planning to use Starship for missions to Moon starting in 2022, as well as point-to-point trips around the Earth. 8 news, and this is very interesting one. A Spanish startup wants to challenge Blue Origin, SpaceX and Virgin Galactic by taking the tourist to edge of space in balloons. With EOS X Space, the journeys won't be in rockets or ultrasonic planes. They will instead take place in pressurized capsule propelled by a balloon that will rise to an altitude of up to 40 kilometers or nearly 25 miles. This means that space tourists won't have to wear a suit for the duration of the trip, nor they will have to do any physical preparation. Depending on the weather, each trip is set to last 4 or 5 hours. Each capsule will carry 5 passengers per flight, and the company said each trip will last the same amount of the time, so all trips are as smooth, bump free and as enjoyable as possible. The rough price for a ticket is between $1,50,000 and $2 lakh per passenger. That's around 1 crore in Indian rupees. I'm fine with my telescope. With the first commercial flight set to take place in 2023. If someone takes a ride, please make a video of it. We are happy with it. 9th news. Sorry guys, bear me with this. This is a long one. 8 nations signed US-led Artemis Accords for moon exploration and beyond. Artemis aims to land 2 astronauts near the lunar South Pole in 2024 and establish a sustainable human presence on and around the moon by the end of the decade. Bold goals that NASA aims to achieve with the help of the international and private sector partners. The path is now clear for those 8 nations: Australia, Canada, Japan, Luxembourg, Italy, the United Kingdom, the United Arab Emirates and also the USA to participate in NASA's Artemis program of crewed lunar exploration. The Artemis Accords serve as a preamble to bilateral government-to-government agreements that participating nations will sign with the US. Those future agreements will lay out each country's specific contribution to the Artemis program, while the newly signed accords establish norms of behavior and rules for space operations. For example, signatories to the Artemis Accords affirm, among other things, that they will conduct all space activities peacefully and in accordance with the international law, and help protect heritage sites such as Apollo landing sites and publicly release scientific data in a timely manner, render aid to astronauts who need it, and make their hardware and other systems interoperable to maximize cooperative use. The Artemis program is counting on substantial contributions from private industry as well as international partners. For instance, the lander that carries astronauts down to the lunar surface will be a commercial vehicle built by SpaceX, Dynetics or by Blue Origin. Let me know in the comment section which was the best news. Please do come back for the next week's space news. More importantly, if you have not subscribed till now, hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell. If you liked the video, please like and share. This motivates me to bring up more things to you. And that's the end of this week's video. Catch you guys in the next one. Till then, you know it. Keep learning and keep enjoying. Thank you.